guess the pistachio. Why do you hate me? Why can't I stand and walk away? Why is it so damn hard to stay? I was sick of this, I got something to say. And I'm so sick of all your problems lately. You need your drama, so you keep me around. It doesn't get any better than it down soon. I'm sick of time of being pushed around. So I keep waiting for the storm to save me. When everybody wants to shut me down. And I ain't hearing one word you gotta say to me. Right now I'm trying to figure you out. When you bring me down. Every time I turn around, I ask you why. Why do you hate me? Why you try changing who I am? Now why can't I make you understand? Now understand that you're always about to come to an end. No one ever gave a fuck until right now. And the right is I'm giving it up. Fuck till I'm giving everything I ever had to give. But right now I'm just not giving a fuck. So what? So I keep waiting for the storm to say what? But you bet I'm getting sick of your lies. Right now, what you gotta say to me? Why should I even try to bring me down? Every time I turn around and I ask you why? You keep dragging me down. Slam my face into the ground. I ask you why? Why you keep beating me? I can't take this anymore. I gotta ask you why? Why do you drag me down? Every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me? Yeah, what's it always gotta be like that? You know it's always your way, but you just see past that, yeah. The one thing you're gonna understand, that you've been finding your words for too long and no one cares. Now all these people that you keep on the side, they don't know you like I do, and all these secrets that you try to hide. Chasing where I always look at you, it's not the night when my back just the turn, and now I'm throwing you. Now I'm asking you. You bring me down. Every time I turn around and I ask you why? You keep dragging me down. Slam my face into the ground. I ask you why? Why you keep beating me? I can't take this anymore. I gotta ask you why? Why do you drag me down? Every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me?
Yeah, like I just said, eat a dick, bootlicker. So sick of you fucking people. Although, YouTube and StreamYards don't let me post what the fuck I want to say on my channel. So I'll say what it wouldn't let me post to you, fraud. Eat a dick, bootlicker. I'm not a bootlicker. Like you. Like all you fucking fraud channels. Fucking idiot. But anyways. Today is a glorious day in Bad Apple Media world. Glorious day in Bad Apple Media world. What's up, Tony? What's up, Lynette? Cammed up K-Man, you might dig this. Stick around. Give me a few. So I can start yelling and do all the crazy things that I do. There's 1,000 channels out here, but fucking auditing the fraud auditors, whatever the fuck your name is, he comes over here and runs his dick sucker. all the fucking 1A hater clowns. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I don't know what's wrong with the majority of you First Amendment clowns, you fraud clowns. Most of you people online are a little fucking weird. Talking about you guys think that you're something. I know that I'm nothing. I've never said that I'm something. I just like to tell the truth, and people don't like it. That's why you say, yeah, you're going to come in here and say mean things and yell and scream. Well, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. It's that simple. There's a one solution to what you don't like about my channel. Click the fucking next video. Move on. It's that fucking simple. But anyways, today's a good day. I got it a little earlier than I expected. I was told 18 months. It hasn't been 18 months. It has only been 11 months. 10 and a half, 11 months. But I got the body-worn camera footage from Gilbert, Arizona, when you fucktard Snafu, you went in there and you snitched like a little bitch. Paranoid schizophrenia. Boy, I cannot believe what I witnessed. I cannot believe what I heard. You guys know what the clown runs around the internet spewing about his pedo pogo optics and Mike Strutton and the veterans charity fraud, and oh my God. Same shit he's telling the fucking cops, and they didn't think to themselves, this fucking guy's nuts. They didn't think one time to say, this fucking guy's nuts. No, they know he's nuts. Snafu. They know you're fucking nuttier than a fruitcake. They know it. The only problem is even you know this, Snafu. Your own words coming out of your own mouth said that Macomb County is out to get me, and you are helping them. The words came right out of your fucking mouth. and what I got today in those body-worn camera videos, over 200 minutes of it, it's priceless. Excuse me. It's fucking priceless. And I've been waiting for this day. And again, like I did 6 years ago when I thanked Shawnna and the rest of you idiots for doing what you did that got me unlawfully arrested and wrongfully imprisoned and maliciously prosecuted, and you know, all of the things that you guys did because you think you're smart and you're mentally ill. That got me 2 civil suits. They're not over yet, but that got me 2 civil suits. And then what you guys did again, you're not smart enough to know when. You ever hear the Kenny Rogers song, The Gambler? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, whatever, know when to walk away. You guys don't know when to walk away. You guys keep doing the shit that you're doing, and you're actually helping me out. You don't realize it, but I baited you. You know how Snafu snaps? You said multiple times in the body-worn camera footage when you went to the cops and you were snitching, and you told the cops that you baited me into saying what I said. You baited me. You called me to bait me. You called me to bait me. You said it multiple times. It was quite shocking that you were stupid enough to admit that on camera. I couldn't believe it. I could believe it. I just couldn't believe it. That you would literally say to the cops that you baited me. And they didn't even say, well, we're not going to bother with this because, you know, you went out of your way to fuck with the guy to get him to say stuff, and no jury would convict him. But see, I'm an enemy of the state. It's not a surprise to me. It's not a shock to me. Maybe it's not a surprise or a shock to you. Maybe y'all enjoy the harassment that the cops, you know, spew upon me, and the lack of assisting me when I try to get them to help me. And And so when I try to go to the police, I go to the police just to see what they'll do. Not because I really want to do anything or I just want to prove to myself that they won't prosecute anybody on my behalf. Like I told you guys a week ago or last video that I did, I mentioned that somebody had spit on me during their road rage incident. And I had a witness, got the witness's telephone number and the whole 9 yards. And what did I tell you before? What did I tell you all before? That they will not bother prosecuting somebody who literally spit on me with a witness. Well, guess what? I haven't heard anything about it. Not a shock. I only went to the police to report this. They got the guy's plate number. They know who he is. The cop told me that he spoke to the guy. The whole 9 yards. I talked to the witness. She said that the cop called her that day, but she hasn't heard nothing from them since. But what I did is I went and I reported this on purpose. Not because I'm snitching and I need the cops to protect me. I went and did it to prove and to bolster my case against Macomb County. And that's what it's going to do. It's going to be one of many incidents that Macomb County failed to prosecute somebody who clearly committed a crime. And I was the victim in multiple incidents. But that's neither here nor there. You know, that's just part of my investigative journalist process. You know, not only am I an investigative journalist, but I am the subject of the investigation. It's kind of weird. You know how cops investigate themselves and they find that they've done no wrong? Well, I investigate myself and I find that cops do me wrong. Ain't that something? Ain't that weird how that works? Ain't that weird out there how that works? I carry a gun. I'm a convicted felon that carries a gun. Right, Snafu? You mentioned that. How many times in the videos with the cops on the camera? On the body-worn camera? How many times did you, Snafu Snaps, mention to the cops that I'm a convicted felon and I wave my gun around on the internet? I have not waved my gun around on the internet. I showed it one time in 2019. And in 2018, I went to the gun range. And then maybe in 2024, I went to the gun range. But me waving my gun around? No, come on. Yeah, I do agree that you need protective custody, Snafu. Not by the FBI witness protection program like you claim, but you need protective custody in a straitjacket in a rubber fucking room, bro. That's where you need the fucking custody at. You need to be put in protective custody and probably in the same rubber room you were in that you called me from for 2 weeks straight, whining and crying about how you want to kill yourself. So, anyways, I'm not going to share the videos today. I just wanted to come on and gloat a little bit and let y'all know that I got the body-worn camera videos, and there's a lot of juicy stuff in there. And one video is solid enough evidence to prove that the Macomb County Sheriff's Office maliciously prosecuted me. Wait till I let you see the video. It's quite incredulous. When your buddy, Hop-Hyber, Snafu, the dude that you went and talked to and you thought he was your buddy, you started calling him bro, and you felt so comfortable, you started telling him about your crazy paranoid schizophrenic delusions about all the madness that you yap about online. I'm a trucker and I'm involved in trafficking and this fucking guy. I'm kind of speechless to some of the shit that I heard come out of that fucking guy's mouth. But I'm not shocked. I'm speechless, but not shocked. Literally. And then Shawnna, you made your appearance too. Oh my God, you're just as fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as Snafu Snaps. You two fucking drink from the same well. Is that what it is? I'm kind of curious. I can't wait until I have all of this shit put together and I slap a fucking federal civil suit against Gilbert, Arizona, the Macomb County Sheriff's Office, and I'm going to include Oakland County Sheriff's Office in it because it's all part and parcel. And I'm going to include you, Shawnna, and you, Snafu, and I'm going to seek federal fucking criminal prosecution for you violating my rights, because that's what you did. You conspired with you conspired with law enforcement officers to violate my rights, and I'm going to do everything in my fucking power to hold you two fucking assholes accountable for what you did. You think that you're slick, you think you're smart. It's okay. As far as I'm concerned, there could be two people watching this right now, Shawnna and Snafu. That's only. Sorry, guys. No offense to anybody. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming. But I'm only speaking to you, Shawnna, and to you, Snafu Snaps, and possibly Lieutenant Crabtree, Detective Hopheber, Detective or what's his name, Brandon Cleland, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office. I'm talking to all you fucking assholes who thought that you could get away with prosecuting me, when in fact, early in the process of investigating this situation, there was a conversation. It's on video camera. I got the body worn video fucking camera between Lieutenant Crabtree, and you guys can call him. You can go, oh my God, Lieutenant Crabtree, he's on to you. I welcome you to call him. Lieutenant Crabtree from the Macomb County Sheriff's Office talks to Officer Hopheber from the Gilbert, Arizona Police Department, and he says, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna get into to all of what was said, but basically he said that Snafu Snaps is going to have to travel to Michigan to deal with this, and he's not coming here, so it's going to be a waste of time and it's going to get dismissed." Yeah. So, some of you might not think that that's a big deal, but Cammed Up Caveman, do you think with me having a video of the Lieutenant Crabtree from the sheriff's office who pushed the complaint forward to the prosecutor's office, knew well in advance before the charges were ever filed against me by the prosecutor that the alleged victim would never show up because Snafu Snaps told him, I'm never going to come there. I can't travel. I'm sick. I can fly to Florida and go and try and fuck a girl, J Stone 78. I can go and try and fuck her, and I can fly to Texas and get a tattoo in Oklahoma, but I can't fly to Michigan. But anyways, the lieutenant said, yeah, he's not going to come here, and it's going to be a waste of time. That right there. No, they didn't care, Caveman, because they wanted to prosecute me. They were hoping that I wouldn't have no money to hire a good attorney, and that I would get one of their railroad conductors from the defense office, where they appoint one for you, and that I would get fucked over and I would be convinced into pleading to something. Well, that didn't happen. So the fact that I got a video well before the charges were even filed, this video is from like May 7th, 8th, or 9th. The charges weren't filed until after June. Like June 15th is when the charges were finally filed. I got the paperwork. So that conversation happened a month earlier, where the sheriffs knew that it was going to be a waste of time and that it was going to get dismissed eventually. But they didn't care. They still prosecuted me. Did they share that information with the prosecutor's office? Yeah, they may have. They may not have. But I think that the prosecutor's office knew this in the first place. because the prosecutor's office told my lawyer that, well, we're not going to pay for him to come here. If he wants to come here, he's going to have to pay for it himself. That was just their way of covering their ass. And even my lawyer said, they're just covering their ass. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to file a fucking motion in the fucking court, and I'm going to make them dismiss this with prejudice. If you don't understand what that means, you might want to look it up. I'm going to have it dismissed with prejudice. Filing one fucking hell of a lawsuit against everybody involved. There's not much that you got, Snafu Snaps, but what you do got, I'm going to take. And I might not even take it if they lock your ass up. I'd say, whatever. Fucking lying about where he goes, lying about where he lives. We know that you still live in the San Angelo house. You're just trying to lie to them. And wait until I get the Marfugal police report. I got the number from 2023. I'm going to get that report, and I'm going to share that as well. You're a snitch. You're a rat bastard. And anybody who supports Snafu Snaps is no different and no better than he is. You are a snitch rat bastard supporter. You are a fucking traitor supporter. And this goes for all of you. Anybody who lets Snafu on their shit, whether it's the powdered pussy, whether it's Jack Talcott, it's what's up fucking Skank Cynthia, if it's you, Paul Unslaved, if it's don't judge me. It doesn't matter who you are. If you allow Snafu Snaps up onto your shit, onto your panels, and into you're just as guilty and treacherous as he is. I personally don't associate with scumbags. That's why I cut Snafu Snaps out of my life. That's why he's trying to come after me, because he's so butthurt that I cut him out of my life. So, like I said, today is the glorious day in Bad Apple Media Land. It's a beautiful day. I can't believe the shit that I heard. First of all, I can't believe. Well, I can. I can believe it. It's just hard. It's a bitter pill to swallow to know that retarded ass law enforcement officers will sit there and listen to some whacked out motherfuckers bullshit talking about wild ass conspiracy theories right in front of them in their office and not say anything like, wow, this guy's nuts. I'm gonna file FOIAs to get all the emails, all communications, everywhere. Because Snafu, you know that I file FOIA requests, right? Right, Snafu? Snafu Snaps even said hi to me in one of the body cam footage when he said, "Is these body cam footage? Yeah, I know he's gonna get them. Hey, what's up?" He waves to the camera and says, "Hey, what's up?" But yeah, I've been trying to tell you people, anybody who listens, people in my life before I even got on the internet. And this is one of the things that had happened to me when I started talking about the corrupt government harassing me my entire life. I started talking about it on the internet, and here comes the scumbags like Snafu and Shawnna and Marfugal. It's almost as if they work for the government. Officer Snaps. Hey, Hank Flamo, when you call him Officer Snaps, you ain't kidding, dude. He was sitting in that fucking interview room talking to this cop like they were colleagues. And one of his main concerns was he was worried about his address getting out there. Well, you sure don't worry about that when you're doxing Lena from LCJC family. You don't fucking worry about that when you're doxing everybody else. You know, Snafu Snaps, you're one of the biggest scumbags to ever walk the fucking face of the earth. You truly are one of the biggest scumbags to walk the face of the earth, let alone grace the internet with your fucking presence. You're not a fisher of men. You're a fisher of demons. You are a demon. And anybody who associates with you, they are demons themselves. You're a demon wrangler. And that's why God Almighty put me into this position to expose you. You don't see it that way because your brain is a little twisted. Your rational thought processes are clouded. Your critical thinking ability doesn't exist. You're mentally disturbed to your fucking core. And if I can get a jury to watch them fucking videos, they're going to think the same thing about you. When I come on here and I act like an idiot and I act like a fool and I yell and I scream and I'm doing it for attention on the internet. That's not who I am in real life. This is my alter ego that comes out on here. This is my deepest, darkest thoughts that can come out on a microphone. I'm in a room. I might as well be talking to the wall. So when I'm on here and I'm yelling out, screaming out, that's just my thoughts. It's my inner anger coming out on here. It's not. I don't act like this in real fucking life. Oh, do I get pissed off? Yeah, I get pissed off. But when I come on here and I'm Bad Apple Media, that's a role to a degree. I'm an actor, Browns boy. This is just the inner anger, the venting, the frustration coming out because I have an outlet. This is very therapeutic to many people, this internet stuff. I don't really take it seriously as some do. If I was to sit here and produce my videos and put some work into it, hey, I'd be the coolest kid in the block, right? Or maybe I could be like James Freeman. Could be one way on the air and then off the air I'm whacking my fucking kid around and busting shit up in the house and going on police chases, sitting in jail now on a fucking 40,000 cash surety bond because you flee and eluded the cops with a gun in your car. Yeah, I could have talked about that a week ago, but I really don't give a fuck about you people. You frauditors, you auditors, I don't care about you guys. I got more important things to do with my time. Sometimes I share a little information here or there, but do I really care? Am I going to go out of my way? Why? It doesn't matter to nobody. Nobody cares. What the fuck? You know, I could tell welcome to this world media a million times that you're going to be convicted, Ian Pfister. His recent motion to quash was dismissed. Or denied, I should say, excuse me. His motion to quash the charges was denied. And he's got trial. He thinks that he's going to win at a trial. I'm going to say this again, Ian Pfister, Mr. Pfister. You're going to be convicted. If you go to trial, you are going to be convicted. I personally know somebody in the same county who was in their own home and a neighbor, well, their apartment, and a neighbor invaded their privacy of their home, come in the door uninvited, was told to leave, they would not leave, and the homeowner, apartment occupant, pepper sprayed the invader. Guess who got arrested? Guess who got convicted? Take a wild guess. In St. Clair County. Take a wild guess, Ian Pfister. You think you're going to walk on a situation where you antagonize business owners, and one comes outside to go to the nearest police car that's parked out there, and then you pepper spray him, claiming that you were inferior to your life. Well, you put yourself into that situation, and I watched your lawyer. Your lawyer, I could do a better job than your lawyer, but I watched your lawyer, and your lawyer's gonna get your ass convicted. That prosecutor, even the prosecutor, was very shitty at their job, very less than mediocre, and a less than mediocre prosecuting attorney is going to destroy your defense attorney, and you are going to be convicted, Mr. Ian Pfister. But whatever, I don't care. That's whatever. You know, these guys are running around the fucking country pepper spraying people all over the place. Sometimes they get arrested, sometimes they don't. I don't care. I'm being harassed online. I'm being stalked online by Snafu Snaps, Matthew Retod Sims. And I tell him that I'm going to kick his ass. And what happens to me? I get prosecuted. Not because they thought they had a case, but because they wanted to fuck with me. I've been saying this all along. Who in here heard me say that they were fucking with me? Not because they thought they had a good case with Snafu Snaps. Clearly, they knew that it was going to get dismissed because the complaining witness would not show up from Arizona to Michigan. So they were trying to get the Arizona prosecutors to take the case. That's what they were trying to do. But what they did is they gave me all the evidence that I need to have a malicious prosecution case against all of you fuckers. Against all of you. And that's what I'm going to do. Not only a malicious prosecution, but constitutional violations. My First Amendment was chilled. My Second Amendment, my Fourth Amendment, my Fifth Amendment, Sixth. I could go on and on and on. This is going to be a slam fucking dunk, zero qualified immunity civil suit. And if it goes to a jury trial, a jury is going to see that the cops have been harassing me for years and years and years. And they thought they had the opportunity to stick their little fucking dick in my butt. Well, it failed. And you know who Officer Freeze is, Snafu Snaps? Or supervisor dispatcher? Excuse me, not an officer. You know who he is? He's the same cop that punched me in the face back in 1995. And I beat his charges. That's why he knew my name, you dumb fuck. So anybody got anything to say? Anybody got any input? No? You're just listening to me rant and rave, yell and scream. So were you wrong? Audit the frauditors? Yeah, Snafu Snaps helped me. This is the thing, is that it wasn't Snafu Snaps that did it. I'm not going to give him any credit. Who helped me was God Almighty, because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And Snafu Snaps is on the dark side. He's not on the good side of right at all. He doesn't know it. He thinks that he's a righteous, individual, and he's a fisher of men. He's a whistleblower, a journalist, a citizen journalist. But yeah, you did me a favor, Snafu Snaps. You really did. And Shawnna, you're a liar. I'm gonna if I can't bring federal charges, well, maybe I can. I'm going to do my best to bring state charges against you and Snafu Snaps, and federal charges against you and Snafu Snaps. I'm going to fucking destroy you assholes. I'm going to take that house at 222 Locust Street and see how your husband likes that. Crazy cat lady, as your mama called you. Even Shawnna is claiming that I've made death threats. Can anybody give me one death threat that I made against Shawnna? I never even made any death threats against Snafu Snaps. I told him I was going to choke him out. Choke him out means make him pass out. Where's the death threats at? I can't wait until I get all you motherfuckers in deposition. They're all morons. They're all moronic fucking idiots. It cracks me up. And like I said, anybody who associates, I know some of you losers that are watching this right now, you're from the panel curse. You associate with Snafu fucktard snaps, you're a scumbag just like him. I've said this time and time again on here. If anybody out here associates with Snafu snaps, I want nothing to do with you. It's like crazy Jack Talcott. It's like wacky fucking Powder Dusty. It's all you fucking idiots out here that associate with that guy, and you think that he's cool. There's only one reason why you think he's cool, is because you're afraid he's going to use the government against you, or you're on the same fucking team. So, sorry you guys are having bad weather. I've had a black cloud over my head for a fucking long time now. I think my weather is a little worse than some thunder and lightning. I've had a literal black cloud over my head. A Snafu thunderstorm. A Shawnna shitstorm over my head. So I know nobody wants to see the big picture of what Snafu Snaps is all about. Nobody gives a shit. You know what's kind of funny is that I find it hilarious that multiple people in the panel curse have blocked me, which I don't care, because I'll look in the chat and the people are talking and they'll talk to each other, and I'm like, wow, how come I can't see that name? So I'll go to my alternate account and I'll go into the live stream and I'll look and I'll be like, oh, that's why would they block me? Why would they block me? Kind of 2 and 2 tells me something, is that they must know that they can't fuck with me no more. They're not going to get my goat. So they just block me to move along to the next victim that they fuck with. That's the only explanation. I've never had any interactions with the people other than somebody on here, like in a chat comment section, and they block me. You find that a little weird? Huh? No, I think that they fear me. They fear me, and they run and hide from me. Yeah, you never know. You never know, Cammed Up K-Man. I'm gonna put some shit together and I'm gonna send it to the fucking corporate council, because I warned the corporate council days before that they decided to prosecute me. I sent corporate counsel, the prosecutor, the judge. I sent everybody a fucking email warning them that Snafu Snaps was fucking manipulating the judicial system, and that when this is over with and it's dismissed, and I'm going to sue the fuck out of them. So they were put on notice before they even fucking arraigned me. All of my ducks have been in a row for a long time. So I'm gonna put it together, and I'm gonna send it to the corporate office. I'm gonna send it to the county commissioners, because Prosecutors don't run shit. The sheriff's department don't run shit. If you know anything about the hierarchy of the government in a county, the board of commissioners runs the fucking show. It goes board of commissioners who have final say, and then it's the corporate counsel, then the prosecutor, and then the sheriff's department. If the board of commissioners tells the corporate counsel, we don't want to fucking deal with this, we're settling this before it even gets fucking underway, that's what'll happen. Corporate counsel doesn't have no fucking say in shit. They do what the council tells them to do. And I'm even going to take this to the fucking mainstream media, because there's a lot of investigative journalists like Ross Jones, ABC News here in Detroit, who put the story together about Officer Furman over in Melvindale. Thank you. Somebody needs to bless me. God Almighty blessed me today. But yeah, I'm going to deal with it. Trust me. If it goes on for years, then it goes on for years. It's nothing that I'm not used to. Shit's been going on for a long time. I sent my fucking lawyer, my civil attorney, and my criminal attorney the video of the cop, the two cops, one from Macomb County, one from Arizona, talking about Snafu Snaps not showing up and that it's going to get dismissed. So it'd be a waste of time, but they don't care. He kind of goes, he chuckles and laughs about it. And then during the 200 and something minutes worth of videos, the detective or cop or whatever, I don't know what the fuck his title is, if it's officer or detective or fucktard. I think it's Sergeant Fucktard, Sergeant Hebheiber. He even acknowledges, after listening to a recorded phone call that Snafu Snaps shared of the call with the Macomb County Sheriff, he says, yeah, it sounds like they're out to get him, and we can assist with that. That's what he said. So Snafu Snaps is, run his mouth plenty all over the fucking internet. But he doesn't come on here and tell the whole story. Well, I don't plead out. I never plead out. I pled out one time, which I regret fucking doing. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason. And if I had to go to prison for 4 fucking years and suffer the consequences of that to get to this point today, then that's what I had to do. Because that 4-year prison sentence from 2002 is going to be brought up in this fucking lawsuit. You go, what? You're past your statute of limitations. No. Fraud. There is no statutes of limitations in fraud. And I found out a year and a half ago that they committed fraud, which resulted in me pleading and being convicted. If I would have known the truth and they wouldn't have committed fraud, I wouldn't have pled to the charges, because I reconciled with the confidential informant, the snitch who set me up with the cops 25 years ago. He apologized to me. He started crying, sitting in his fucking living room having a conversation with him. And he told me, he admitted that he never went and testified in the judge's chambers like they claim he did. He swears up and down that he did not do that. And he said that I never would have went to court and testified against you in open court. And I said, yeah, well, I didn't know that. I didn't trust the fucking guy because of what was going on. So now, if I would have rolled the dice, they would have dismissed it, because snitch boys don't like to come to court. Right, Snafu? So my so-called buddy from way back when, he said he wouldn't have came to court. Then they wouldn't have had a case, and they would have had to have dismissed it. But no, I didn't want to go to prison for a minimum of 10 years because that's what it would have been. Because it was a mandatory minimum of 10 years to 20. And anybody with a fucking brain in their head, and they said, well, we'll give you 4 years if you plead guilty. But if you go to trial, you're going to get... And I said, fuck, 4 years is better than 10. So, nonetheless, all of their bullshit is going to come to a real fucking head soon. And I guarantee you there's probably a couple of snitch motherfuckers in here watching right now that are fucking recording this, sending it to the police. I don't give a fuck. Send it to them. Send it to them, bitch. Hey, Bronze Boy, you know I'm an actor, right? Bronze Boy, you know I'm an actor? Is that really Bronze Boy, or is that somebody making fun of Bronze Boy? Surrounds Boy. I think it's somebody making fun of Browns Boy. Because Browns Boy would just come in here as Browns Boy. It wouldn't be Surrounds Boy. Well, no, I ain't no actor. I'm being a smart ass. When I come on here and I rant and I rave and I act like a maniac, it's not really acting. It's me acting out. There's a difference. I'm acting out. I'm allowing my inner anger, my frustrations, my pissed off fucking at the world behavior come out. I'm acting out. I'm not acting. You get it? You see the difference between actor and acting out? No, I'm sorry you guys have to go and get Oreo cookies and stuff. You know Oreo cookies are bad for you and they're satanic. You know that, right? You didn't hear Snafu Snaps telling you about satanic Oreo cookies? You don't know about Oreos being satanic? Well, you should probably contact Snafu and ask him, how come Oreos are satanic? He'll tell you. He's got all the fucking conspiracies fucking all over the place. He's talking about the optics to the fucking detectives. The optics are high. The optics are high. Talking about pedo pogos and everything that he says is all over the fucking internet. He was talking to the cops. You couldn't tell me that the fucking cops didn't go, this fucking guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You think that they would have said that, don't you? You think that they would have just said, oh, yeah. Just take his initial fucking complaint and shuffle him out the door and then never bother with him again? No, they heard they heard him say, oh, yeah, there's this guy and the cops over there, they're willing to do it. So cops, their job is to prosecute people. They don't give a fuck. Gilbert, Arizona didn't know who I was. They were just all gung-ho to help out Macomb County. That's all it was. Macomb County heard my name, and they got instant fucking boners. Especially Freese. Freese is a guy, I think I might have told the story about Freese. After me and my buddies were at a bar partying, got into a little scuffle in the parking lot. I got into a fight with 2 assholes and 2 bouncers. Lumped them all up. Yeah, I know, I'm lying. I lumped them up. And then when the cops showed up, I was the one that went to jail. Cop punched me in my face. Shit that I was saying to the fucking cops, I'd have kicked my ass if I was a cop. And then when we went to court, I'm breezing over a lot of it. And then when I went to court, I'm standing in the Clinton Township courthouse, and I see him come in, and there's a big swelled up fucking juice fucking head. And I start fucking getting loud. I'm like, that's that motherfucker right there. That's that cocksucker that punched me in my fucking face. And my lawyer, Mosseri's going, shh, 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 don't say that. I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that motherfucker. Me and my boys are going to come in here and fucking testify against his ass. I'm taking this shit to trial. And he went into the back room and he come back out and he's like, I don't know what you did, what you said, but the cops said that they're dismissing the charges and they're not going to prosecute you. And I said, it's because they weren't going to fucking win. When I had my 5 fucking friends, my nephew and my niece's husband, my nephew and my niece show up at the court and testify that the cop sucker punched me in my face when I was handcuffed. Yeah, I think I would have beat that. Pretty sure I would have beat that. Pretty sure I would have beat that. I don't know if you can hear the text messages, but that's a cop buddy of mine who knows them people. And I told him what I just I heard and discovered. Even he was the one. I told him about the story of getting punched in the face back in 1995. And he said, who did it? Because he was in the same department. And I said, I don't remember his name. I said he was a big fucking juice head with a Marine cut. I said he looked like he was wearing his little brother's fucking shirt all the time. And he goes, was his name Freese? And I said, I don't know. So I dug up my old paperwork and I looked and I said, huh, yeah, it was Freese. So my buddy who's now retired, the one who's texting me right now, he knows all these assholes. I was at his house in Vegas not long ago. And he had Macomb County Sheriff's fucking deputies in his house. Because cops hang out with cops. Surprised he even talks to me. But I was in a relationship with his sister. So. But anyways. Thanks, Snafu Snaps. You are a fucktard, but you're my little fucktard. Thanks, Shawnna. You are a skank-ass bitch, but you're my skank-ass bitch. You definitely fucking hooked me up. You inadvertently opened the door for me to file a fucking federal civil lawsuit. And with that video that I got, along with the other evidence that I'm going to get in discovery, there will be no qualified immunity. Because when your constitutional rights were clearly, your clearly established constitutional rights were violated, there will be no qualified immunity. And no qualified immunity means going to trial, or they'll settle. And I don't even want to settle. I want to take it right to fucking trial. I'll go in the motherfucker when I'm 70 goddamn years old. And I'll tell the jury, this shit's been happening to me since I was fucking 12 years old, 10, 11 years old. And it has been. I've been a motherfucking target of law enforcement my entire fucking life. And I will bring this to the surface if it's the last fucking thing that I do before I die. My entire fucking life. And then you're going to have some of you asshole go, you shouldn't do anything stupid, you won't get in trouble. I've never committed a fucking crime. I've never committed a fucking crime. All the crimes that I've been charged with were lies, were manufactured by you criminals with fucking badges. I wasn't a fucking drug dealer. I did a favor for somebody. He manipulated me because the cops were forcing him to manipulate people so he could save his own ass. If it wasn't for him, there would have been no drug transactions. No, my fucking weak little heart feeling sorry for scumbags like you, Snafu. Feeling sorry for scumbags like you, Shawnna. Gets myself into trouble. But you know what? I don't do that no more. I stopped allowing myself to get myself in trouble because of scumbag bitch motherfuckers like you guys. I learned my lesson. I went to therapy and I figured out what my major malfunction was, is that you can't fix fucking broken people. And that's what my problem was, is I thought that I could fix and help broken fucking people. Because I felt sorry for them. No more. No more. No more. No more. Not gonna happen. No more. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you motherfuckers a lesson for fucking with me. Now the shoe is on my foot, and I'm gonna stick it up your ass. How's about that? Want to come on here, Snafu? How about you, Sean? I know you assholes watch everything I fucking do. They actually admit it in their conversations with the cops on body-worn cameras. They actually admit that they watch everything I do. Wouldn't that be called stalking? When I've told them to leave me alone, don't come around, go fuck yourself, and you still come and watch my shit. Wouldn't that be called stalking? Isn't that stalking? Wouldn't that be called stalking? Yes or no? Anybody? Bueller? No, it's the definition of stalking. That's the literal definition of stalking. Somebody want to come up and have an actual conversation? There's the link. Conversation about wacky people, stalking, saying crazy shit. Anybody want to come up? No? Yeah? No? How about you, Browns boy? Come on up. Unless you're sick again today. Or, oh, you're tired. I gotta go to sleep. No, actually, I put this in here for Snafu Snaps. I know you're watching, bitch. Come on up here, Snafu. You know you're watching, Snafu. Come on up, Snaffer. Come on up, Snaffer Snaps. Come on up, Snappy. Here, look at this. Oh, Browns boy, what's up? Hold on, check this out. Hold on 1 second, Brown boy. There we go. Listen to this. Listen to this, Browns boy.
Hi, it's Officer Hop Hunter, Gilbert PD. How can I help you, sir?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I got this report that you did for Matthew Sims.
Yes.
Reference being threatened. I called last week. I talked to a sergeant. He was supposed to call your prosecutor's office.
Yes.
Obviously, the issue would be for prosecution. If we prosecute here out of Michigan, then your victim would have to travel to Michigan for court.
Right.
And there's no way he's going to be able to do that. So our prosecutor's office would run it either way, where you could run it out of whichever jurisdiction, but he was going to check to see if your prosecutor would run with it.
Yes.
Obviously, it would make more sense to do that, but
So,
no sweat off our back. If we got to do it, it's just, he's not going to show up to court for us. It's just wasted time. It's just going to get dismissed. But I haven't heard back from him. So
yeah.
So you hear that? You hear that right there?
Yeah.
So what's that tell you? Is that malicious prosecution? This was a month before the charges were filed with the prosecutor's office.
I don't know if I followed it extremely clearly. Like malicious prosecution would just be like what? Like that's like forcing a prosecution or something. Like that's not going to really work out. Or
No, malicious prosecution is when they know they can't. They have no case. Them admitting that they have no case, where they don't have a complaining witness who's actually going to come and testify, and it was going to be a waste of time and it's going to get dismissed, then why would you bother prosecuting me? That's called malicious prosecution.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy that they did say that.
Day. Well, that's the nail in their fucking coffin. That little video right there. That's malicious prosecution all fucking
Seems
day.
like it. Seems like it. And I'm nothing, man. Nothing. I'm just chilling. I saw you were live. I was watching. I caught like 5 minutes of it. And then I saw that you dropped the link, and I heard you say my name, so I figured I'd jump up.
Well, I said it 3 times.
What's up with you?
I said it 3 times. Browns boy, Browns boy, Browns boy. And there you were. Nothing. Just was reviewing body-worn camera videos today. Snafu fucking hard, running his cock-sucking snitch mouth to the government, claiming that he needs to be in witness protection programs because he's a whistleblower. You think the cops wouldn't listen to his paranoid schizophrenic delusions and say, this guy's fucking nuts?
They deal with a lot of nuts people, and from what I've noticed is at times Snafu can like dial it in a little better and sound less crazy. So like maybe he did that with them.
He's a manipulator.
And he like,
well, he's a manipulator. Yeah, well, that's what he did. He's a manipulator. He talks in a soft voice. He tries to, but he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. He never lets anybody talk, even when he's trying to sound normal. Snafu's channel's been gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what fucking rock you've been under, kid. But yeah, it's what he does. He's mentally disturbed. He's a psychopath. He openly admits about his buddy Rob Burns, the next district attorney, and whatever. He's got him working on cases. He's trying to attach me to veterans charity fraud, but he's not really connected to it. He's a small player. He's a troll. He's this. He's all over the fucking place with his accusations in these videos. It's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, I haven't seen the videos yet. If you post them, I'll watch them.
No, well, you haven't seen them yet because I haven't posted them. This was the first video that I shared. I just shared this one to show everybody exactly what was said. When you literally say this shit that is being said right here. Listen again. This is Officer Hopheber from the Gilbert, Arizona police calling Lieutenant Crabtree from my county sheriff here in Michigan. Lieutenant Crabtree.
Lieutenant Crabtree.
Hi, it's Officer Hop Hunter, Gilbert PD. How can I help you, sir?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I got this report that you did for Matthew Sims.
Yeah, he's got this report that he did for Matthew Sims, and he focused on all the things that I said in the video. He never said anything, shared any information in the report about Matthew Sims, paranoid schizophrenic delusions. He never said anything about apparent mental illness. He never said anything other than what would incriminate me.
Yes.
Reference being threatened. I called last week. I talked to a sergeant. He was supposed to call your prosecutor's office.
Yes.
Obviously, the issue would be for prosecution. If we prosecute here out of Michigan, then your victim would have to travel to Michigan for court.
Right.
Right. So your victim would have to travel here to Michigan to court. So what we want you to do is we want you to get your prosecutor to prosecute it there. And then they would probably try and come and swoop me up and extradite me and make me travel from Michigan to Arizona and put me in Arizona jail. But that didn't work too well for him.
And there's no way he's going to be able to do that. So our prosecutor's office would run it either way, where you could run it.
Yeah, our prosecutor's office will run it either way because they have it out for Bad Apple Media, and they don't like him because they know that he doesn't take their shit. So we're gonna fuck with him.
Out of whichever jurisdiction, but he was going to check to see if your prosecutor would run with it.
Yes.
Obviously, it would make more sense to do that, but
So,
no sweat off our back if we got it.
Yeah, no sweat off their back. They don't have to pay for an attorney. They don't need to worry about me having a tether on my. Even in all the videos, Snafu Snaps was trying to get me to have a tether on my ankle. He's asking him, well, what if what can happen? Can the victim, can I tell him that I want to get a tether on his ankle so he can't leave the state?
It's just, he's not going to show up to court for it. It's just wasted time. It's just going to get dismissed. But
see there, he's not going to show up for court. It's just going to be a waste of time. It's going to get dismissed. What happened? Do you know what happened, Browns boy, at the end of the case? Did you see my video?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't want to get it wrong.
Well, Snafu Snaps was told by the judge, bring your bitch ass here to Michigan to sit on that stand and to testify against Bad Apple Media. What did he do? He didn't show up. And what happened? It got dismissed. What's this fucking dickhead Lieutenant Crabtree saying right now in this video from May 8th? And I wasn't charged with anything until June 15th. They had plenty of time to decide, we're kind of be a waste of our time. Why bother? But they did it anyways. Textbook malicious prosecution.
I haven't heard back from him, so.
yeah. So I talked to him before I called you just to see what the update is. He said he contacted the prosecutor's office to get kind of direction on that. He hasn't gotten any word since you and him both last talked.
Okay.
Let me turn that radio down. Obviously, I can connect you with him again to see if we can kind of squeaky wheel get the oil type thing as far as getting a track.
This cop right here said the squeaky wheel gets the oil to Snafu. I don't know how many times, which is telling him, keep crying to the prosecutor, keep crying to him, and they'll prosecute. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. He said this 100 fucking times to him.
Action on that response on kind of how to move forward. Do you want me to just have him call you back real quick, or?
Yeah, whatever works. I mean,
Yeah.
if he doesn't have any response yet from them,
Okay.
I mean, he's still waiting for a response from them, then that's easy enough. But
Yeah.
if it's a no, I'm just trying to get ahead of it, and if we're gonna have to work on it, we'll work on it, kind of thing. We want to
Copy that.
get on it.
Yeah.
So
If we're going to have to get ahead of it, we're going to have to work on it. You know what that means? It means we're going to have to figure out how we can prosecute this fucking guy.
Yeah, not wasting
That's
any
all.
time.
But if he's still waiting on them, I know how that is too. Our prosecutor's office sits on things, so
Yes.
I get it. So I was just looking for an answer. That's all.
Roger that, LT.
So if he's got one, if he wants to call me,
okay.
You got my number.
Yep.
If he's still waiting, is what it is.
Yeah, that's what he told me just before I called. So we'll see. Hopefully they respond. Today's Monday, so hopefully they get in there and they dust off their shoes and hopefully give us a response here. So
You hear that sinister fucking laugh from this guy? You hear that? You hear that sinister laugh?
Right on.
No, my
right
phone,
on.
my phone
Right
cut
on.
out for a second.
We'll listen to it.
So
right on.
All right.
Awesome. Well, hey,
we'll see. Hopefully they respond. It's today's Monday, so hopefully they get in there and they dust off their shoes and hopefully give us a response here. So
right on.
All
Awesome.
right.
Well, hey, I appreciate the phone call, and I'll just
right on. Tell me that these guys ain't got fucking boners trying to stick a fucking dick in my ass. This has been my entire fucking life when I say that I'm an enemy of the state.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad it worked out where, right? It worked out. Or like, are you going to go back after them for the malicious now, or?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get back in court and I'm going to file a motion to dismiss it with prejudice. Because they knew that it wasn't going to fly in the first fucking place.
Yeah, I remember.
They should have never fucking prosecuted me. So it should have been dismissed with prejudice instead of without. Without, they're trying to protect themselves from liability. You want to talk about racketeering? That's what racketeering is. Snafu Snaps likes to talk about racketeering. He doesn't know what it means. So, but then after that, I'm going to file a fucking civil suit. Whether it's dismissed with or without, it doesn't matter. This right here is clear, and how could you? This is indefensible. This is indefensible. This is from May 8th. What Snafu Snaps called me and fucking baited me. He tells the cops over and over and over again that he baited me. He baited me. I called him and baited him, and I got him to say stuff that I could use against him. That's a direct threat. I want him prosecuted. He said it probably 24 times that he baited me. He said it on OTWs. He said it on Jack Talcott's. He said it on Powder Dusty's. He said it on Cynthia's. He said it all over the internet. I'm a shock journalist. I trigger people to get them to commit crimes. That's called conspiring with law enforcement to violate my constitutional rights. That's a federal fucking crime. He's going out of his way to do it. He literally says in the video, he tells this cop that you hear his voice, the one on the phone sitting in this car. He tells him in the interview room that he's not necessarily afraid of me. He'll face me man to man. Really? Snafu, you want to face me man to man? You can't even come onto my fucking live stream and face me, you fucking pussy. You went to the police to cry about me, you pussy. But you want to go into the police department and tell them, I baited him. And then tell them, I'm more afraid for the women. I don't know what women he's talking about. How many times have you heard Snafu Snaps attack women on the internet? You yourself personally.
Oh my God, man. Attack women.
More than one time, less than 1,000. Somewhere in there.
more than one time, less than 1,000, maybe. Yeah.
And, probably more than 10. Less than 1,000.
I mean, look, my fucking head hurts, dude. Thinking about all this shit. I got so much,
why would
going on, stuff I got to think about. because it's like this, everything that's going on in these areas is just like insane.
What do you mean on the panel curse
You
or the
know?
internet? What's the newest in your world with these guys that you've discovered?
Let's see. Fuck, man. I'm trying to think. Like the newest shit. Well, there's you know, it seems like a few people are under some scrutiny by like, I don't know, maybe like lawyers or something, or like, I don't know, like there's a dude called Axis Rat Blood,
Yeah, I know who he
and
is.
he has made
Glenn Monday.
he has made some videos that suggest that he is talking with whoever he feels he needs to talk to about whatever issue, and so he's got, I don't know, he had Powder Dusty on the ropes the other day for I don't know, he was making sure Powder Dusty is keeping track of his taxes and shit.
Oh, well, funny thing is that Snafu Snaps mentions that he's been calling the IRS on people too. In these body worn camera videos. So it's
What? I never heard that.
Well, I haven't played the video yet.
Oh, okay.
But this is
what I mean. Like it's see
Snafu
what I mean? It's like
Snaps,
this guy did this, this guy did that. Like, oh my god, like it gets crazy, dude. Like,
well, Axis Rat Blood is. Do you know what his kid murdered a police officer?
That's what's yeah. I mean, I think he said that.
Okay, well, everybody that Access Rat Blood claims that he's an actor. Okay, like not acting out, but an actor, and his character was Access Rat Blood, and he's really Glenn Monday, and that explosive device that he had at his house wasn't real, and I've read his all of his paperwork. I've pulled it up. Indiana will email it to you. No questions asked. Anything and everything. And he's actually been court ordered to go through a psychological evaluation with 2 different lawyers. And so he may just be talking to psychiatrists. I meant not lawyers, but he's court ordered to go talk to psychiatrists. Pardon me. And,
yes, the state evaluators is what he calls them. Yeah, 2 separate state and then there's like, he said he's got a couple caretakers, but I mean, from what he said, I mean, like the charges got dropped for like it wasn't an operable device, and I don't know. Dude, this is what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
I can look it up right
so
now
much fucking shit that is going on. It's hard to be like.
I could look up his charges right now to see if they were dismissed.
I mean, I don't know. Like, don't quote me on dismissed. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. This is what I'm talking about. There's so much fucking shit going on.
Well, I could look it up right now.
Don't take any of my word for anything. Like, yeah, look. Yeah, if you want to. I mean, I'm not suggesting you do that. I don't really want to be a part of looking someone up online right now.
I don't really care that much about it. You know what I mean? I know the dude's fucking whacked out of his skull, and he's harassed me plenty. You know, what's up, Brandon? But yeah, he's not related to, but he's associated with fucking Tariq. You know what I did? I went and knocked on Tariq's door, and then we got Snafu Snaps going, he went and knocked on Tariq's door, my enemy, he's crazy. See, this is Snafu Snaps hates this person, that person hates this person, but then they're all buddies again the next day. It goes on and on and on. You see what I'm saying? And I got people that block me. Oh, and I don't have nothing to do with any of them. It's the OTW. OTW what?
Sorry, I got a lag, dude. OTW hasn't streamed in a month. Dusty streams like a lot less now. A couple people who he messed with somehow like they lost monetization, and like I don't know, like a lot of people aren't streaming. Tarek and Axis haven't been streaming, and then Paul I don't think streams very much.
Yeah, you know.
So I'm trying to think, but there's not too much going on. Like, dude, like something happened recently, and like I think the bottom might have fell out on some of these channels or something. Like, they're either like I don't know, like I don't understand how like a lot of them just decided to stream a lot less or not at all, like right around the same time. I
Well,
couldn't tell you why.
well, I couldn't tell you why either,
But
but I noticed a thing or two, like OTW when he allows Snafu snaps up there, and people are like, you always talk about Snafu snaps. Well, if it wasn't for Snafu snaps, none of you people would even know who I was. Okay, so what he did to me is caused me a lot of trouble, so I'm going to cause him a lot of trouble. But OTW, he stopped streaming not long after on a regular. He changed up his whole fucking. Remember how he used to have like a fee schedule and all this, and all of his memberships were up to like $250 levels and all this. Well, I gave him some shit one day, and I let him fucking have it. I told him how I felt about him and the Panelverse, and he did a stream about me. And it's really weird is that these guys will talk about me in like code, but they'll never they avoid saying my name. It's really weird, and which is fine. I don't care. But
probably they probably
so
don't want to infuriate you with your rap.
Well, why? Because I'll expose them for the fucking phonies that they are. What
Yeah,
is,
they probably figured like the juice isn't worth the squeeze or something, They got easier targets to go after.
Well, they know they're not going to fucking make an easy target out of me because I'll fuck them up. Not physically, personally, but I'll expose them. Just like I did with, what's his name? Fucking Chris Rasta. He was running his mouth, calling me a rat, calling me a snitch, backing up fucking Snafu, constantly backing up Snafu. I don't even know this guy. I had no idea who he was.
Then I thought you guys. Well, the last I saw, you guys were getting along.
Well, it's. I proved that he was a liar. He can deny it all he wants. I got his fucking criminal record and pulled it up. He was dropping fucking PPOs on people or a PPO on somebody, and he didn't show up to court. And so I called him out and I said, maybe this is why you and Snafu are fucking butt buddies. You're pals, whatever. And I'm not trying to give the guy shit right now, but it is what it is. I pulled up his fucking record. It's clearly written in the fucking docket of entries what he did. And he claims that docket of entry is a fucking lie. And so I was like, okay, man, whatever, dude. So I let it go. It didn't have no effect on me. I know what I know. I know what I see. I know what I shared. People that watch my shit, they know that I'm right. They know that I dig into somebody. Even Snafu has said it to these cops over and over again that I'll dig into somebody and I'll get information on them. He's an investigative journalist telling the cops about me being an investigative journalist. Warning them about me. Right? So I'm not mad at Chris Rasta. If he was scared and he felt some skinheads were after him because he was calling himself Rasta and whatever. You know what? Who am I? He's a little guy. He's only like 5'4", so I get it. I'm not mad at him. But anybody who's ever run their mouth about me, accusing me of being something that they are, I dig it up and I prove it. And I call that projection through confession. Or confession through projection, excuse me. And so when I'm nobody special, but I've come into the Panelverse and I fuck shit up. whether anybody wants to admit it or not, I've stuck my foot up a lot of people's asses. And when it comes to OTW, I really scarred that man. And what I said to him hurt his feelings really fucking deep. Okay. And then he changes up his whole the membership fee, does all kinds of shit, whatever. And then he slowly fades away and he stops fucking streaming. I get Caged Reality to come on here one day, and I tell him how I feel, what I feel about him. He's a fucking scumbag too. He's a loser. Whatever. I don't care. He can be a scumbag loser all he wants. And then I was telling him about the next day, OTW didn't stream for a fucking month. And the next fucking day, OTW does a live stream, and his first guest, who's already on there, he didn't put the link up. Cage Reality was given the link before the show even started. Then he's on there. He's running his mouth. He's making snot. I screen recorded it because OTW takes it down, or puts it behind a paywall. And he makes snide, and it was all towards me. I know it was towards me. It's not my paranoia schizophrenia. It's exactly what it was all about. And then he got kicked off. I go on Jack Talcott. I've been on Jack Talcott, I think, maybe 3 or 4 times. I've talked to Jack Talcott off the air for hours before, probably several times for hours. Talking about saying he's going to try and fix Snafu snaps. And I said, you're not fixing that motherfucker. I said, you're delusional. Just like you think you're going to stop wars. You can't even stop a fucking war on your goddamn panel. And then when I come up on his shit, instantaneously, he kicks me and puts me backstage or throws me off the shit. Or if he leaves me up there, he'll pull Powder Dusty up to fucking run his mouth to me. This is what I've experienced with the Panelverse over and over again, is that they gang up on you. They can't handle me one-on-one, so they need backup.
There's a lot of evidence to show that Jack Talcott and Powder Dusty are definitely like covertly and overtly working together. Because I think Talcott likes Dusty's connections, and then Talcott's like a major hub where Dusty can always try to like pull people from or something. That's kind of my guess.
Well, they're sub-sucking.
Yeah.
Well, this is what, if I was a psychiatrist and I was observing the Panelverse for any length of time, I would say that it's a fucking a mental hospital online. They're all mentally fucking disturbed.
Or they play one. I still think there's room out there. Because so I found some. Yeah, I did find a video. It just came out like yesterday. It was called. It's by a channel called Flint Truth. And they released they've been releasing some pretty, I think all they kind of do is expose videos, but they're pretty good in my opinion. And they did one recently about YouTube and about these propped up channels with 100,000 views and in the thing they got this thing where it's talking about people who are it has Department of Defense contractor information and people who have been working online with some of the first contracts that were going on about how the internet information on the internet flows both ways, and so they needed to take advantage of it. So they hired people to literally work online to promote safety or whatever, promote the military, all this shit.
Those would be.
And so that one is 18 minutes.
Pogo. Right.
Yeah, but it was these actual agents were saying yeah, we were doing this and this is what's happening now. So it's I don't know.
Well,
it was pretty good.
Not a secret. It's not a
That's
secret what they've been doing with the internet. I've been calling out the Project Zypher is the original project to expose those who oppose the Zionist agenda, because
yes,
there's
yes, yes,
there's
yes,
been
yes, yep. I know
because
exactly.
there's been a huge influx in those who are saying fuck Bagelville, and so Project Pogo is part of Project Zypher, where it's not just Pogo, it's GoGo, which is an email
Hey,
that I shared with Snafu Snaps was tagged in it. Paul Enslaved was tagged in it. Hank Flamo was tagged in it, and Hank Flamo went fucking nuts when I shared that video. I've never seen him go so ballistic in my entire fucking existence in the Panelverse. He never went
I
so
did.
ballistic on Snafu Snaps for saying he was a fucking groomer and a pedo and all whatever. He didn't react to that. It's a fraction of how he reacted when I exposed that fucking video or that email. And it was a few others that when it was Bex,
I
she was the
remember that. I
originator.
remember that. I
She was
remember
the
that now. I
originator.
because I saw Hank's response video. It was like a hour long, something, an
Yeah, I'm
hour
a
and a half
paper
maybe.
tiger. I'm a paper tiger.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
paper tiger. I'm a fucking
I
ripcord,
mean, he was.
slice your ass
I think
up
he. I
tiger.
think he was just trying to show his side, and he was pretty. He was pretty animated about it. Shit. There was one other thing about. Oh fuck! I just forgot it. Never mind.
Well, there's a lot of shit that's been out
Uh,
here. I've been following YouTubers and social media and watching these fuckers like a hawk. And I started paying attention to a particular um, Facebook guy back in 2015 before the Trump Hillary Clinton fucking debacle. And this guy,
the.
long story short, I've realized that this dude was a government plant.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, if he's back on and somehow, some way, he's got a new, his channel was, shit canned, and he's got a new Facebook page, and I can watch his shit now because he blocked me before. I know the dude, a friend of mine, finger quotations, a friend of mine that I met on a Kid Rock cruise, because I went on a party cruise. I met this guy and his wife, and he was friends with this guy who became, Facebook famous. And so I kind of knew him in a roundabout way. So we had a mutual friend in real life. And so when I would go into his live streams, he would literally talk to me. Almost anytime I would comment in the comment section, he would respond to me. Right. And when I got hemmed up in 2019 because of Shawnna and Snafu Snaps fucking bullshit, because I think he was involved in it too. He was just playing double fucking agent, right? So in 2019, when that happened, I messaged him when he was live streaming and he was gaming. And I said, hey man, I got fucking arrested and blah, 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 and da 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 da. Gave him a little quick rundown of what happened. And he looked at the camera and he says, I don't give a fuck what happens to you, bro. That's your fucking problem, not mine. And I was like, damn, really? I said, all right. And so that right there told me a lot that I need. And so then I said, that confirms what I was thinking about this guy. So I called him out probably a year, 2 years later on his YouTube channel, because he went from Facebook to YouTube. And he had a pretty good following on YouTube. And he was taking in calls, like call into my show and whatever. And I called in and I said, yeah, how come you don't tell your audience about your brother being the sheriff in the county that you're from? I forget what county it is off the top of my head right now. But I said, your brother was a sheriff's deputy in that county, and he was indicted and sent to fucking federal prison for running cocaine from Chicago to da 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 da. I said, and then he married your fucking sister-in-law. So I told his whole story that he told one late night when he was drunk on a live stream on Facebook when he didn't have many viewers. And I remembered that whole fucking that story, and I repeated that whole story, and he was in shock, and he's like, damn, dude, how the fuck you remember that? I said, I remember fucking everything, bro. I said, so how come you don't tell your viewers about that no more? You keep it on the down low. And he hung up on me. And then he fucking blocked me. And then he started calling me the same thing another YouTuber was calling me. He was calling me a fat prison bastard. Calling me a snitch. Saying, yeah, it's that fat truck driver. I'll whoop his ass. So I've been exposing these motherfuckers. Long story short, I proved that he was a snitch, a government snitch. I looked up his shit and shared it not long ago. And then, hell, some of the people in the chat right here, they were in the live stream with me, witnessing me do a little study, a little experiment with YouTubers while they were live streaming. And I've said over and over and over again that these channels, say like James Freeman or Lackluster, Audit the Audit, these channels that appear to have a million subscribers or whatnot, they really don't. It's just YouTube making them look like they have more numbers because they're being propped up.
It's that.
It's that deep.
Yeah, that's part of it because the like YouTube like they get a cut off of super chats. So obviously the more that they promote something, they're just going to get more super chats out of it or whatever. And also there's a production company, and there are other production companies that do this where you sign up with them and then they will, like, I don't know, they'll do shit like curate your content or whatever. Like they'll help you make content in certain directions, or they'll tag all your videos in a certain way, or I don't know what they do actually, but something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And there's a whole like, and oh, dude, so because I used to know all like, I didn't know them, but like I used to like watch all of those First Amendment auditors. Like there was a period of 1 year where like I exhausted every single First Amendment audit video on YouTube, and one of the people was telling me, okay, I talked to somebody from these panels that was linked with like that San Joaquin transparency, or like, I don't know, they were kind of like San Joaquin like ripped one of the dude's videos off or something, or I don't know. I honestly don't know. But anyway, I talked to this dude. No, but this dude was mentioning Direct D, now that you mention it. And he was saying that Direct D kind of has some ties to like Flow State and like maybe Joe Cool.
Yeah.
And that they started getting away from the odd.
Yeah.
They started getting away from the auditing and getting into the manufacturing of drama and LARP business online. But that they're still linked to production companies. I don't know. That's kind of what I remember. This is a conversation, like one conversation I had, I know 3-4 months ago or something.
There's some truth to what you're saying, is that there are, places out there that will help you grow. But you mentioned Super Chats. Super Chats is related to Project Pogo, because when you know that when you sign up on YouTube, you use an email, and to tag, track, and trace those who oppose anything, whether it's the anti-Zionist, whether it's anti-government, whether it's the Trumpers, the lefty, whoever it is, they're gathering this intel, right? And it's hard if you got somebody who is a radical and they're like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's hard to find out who they are through their email. It's like a very difficult process, and it takes a lot of manpower. You might think that, oh, well, they could just put their, it should be easy. Well, it wasn't that easy. or still probably isn't that easy. So what they decided to do was to implement super chats and memberships. So you pay for a super chat, you pay for a membership. There's a direct link to exactly who you are now through your bank account. So
Yeah.
they're figuring
Yeah.
out who you
And
are.
there's
It is
another
a lot easier now.
there's another way too, because that they can figure out, because if you because you can actually like sign up right to, you could like you could be signed in, and then you could like send a super chat, and you can just charge it to your phone bill. So then they get your phone number too, and whatever.
Well,
Like,
right. Well, that's the whole purpose. You know, YouTube is owned by the government. It's not looking to make a profit. They're actually
they
taking money
are,
and paying people to be on here. So they're not,
the
you know,
social media sites. They're
well,
more than likely fronts for fronts for intelligence agencies.
they're gathering intel. When I started following these First Amendment auditor, well, it wasn't first. I started following. You know how Snafu talks about Mike Strutton and Marfugel and, you know, the veterans charity fraud and all that. Well, I started following the truther community, and Marfugel was like one of the main channels that I paid attention to, and it wasn't for a very long time, but it was for a little bit. And then I realized that he was a fucking idiot, and, you know, and it was just whatever. My head got out of my ass, and I kind of like, I don't like to burn bridges, you know, especially when it comes to YouTube. He helped me get some subscribers and whatnot. So, you know, I don't owe him anything other than, you know, just leave the guy alone. And no matter whether he's connected to some great big fucking data collecting, track and trace, fucking, you know, whatever Snafu spews, I can't prove it. There may be some truth to it, but at the same time, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Right? So then I got away from the truther movement, and I went over to the prison genre. And
Yeah,
what I learned about the truther genre was a bunch of bullshit, you know, a bunch of phonies, the fakes, you know. And then so I went to the Second Amendment community, the prison community, and I said, you know, maybe these people are, you know, more, you know, willing to, you know, be normal. And then I realized that they're fake, because I went and visited with.
They took
I went and visited YouTubers. Right now, Jessica Kent's got over 1 million subscribers. I went and visited her, met her in person, and I was in a video with me and 4 other YouTubers. And one of those YouTubers is 1090 Jake. He's in the prison, or not prison, but he's in the gangster rap, the rap violence genre, where he talks about, you know, the rappers who are doing this and rappers who are doing that, and whatever. And actually, I was a mod on April from Hacking the Headlines. Me and her, I've talked to her several times. She knows who the fuck I am. But the only ones that I follow from the truther community is Call for an Uprising and a couple other little channels. But anyway, so I discovered that everybody in the prison genre was a bunch of fake, phony motherfuckers too. There's Lockdown 23-1. Hell, I think you were in here, Lynette, and Tony, you were in here when I was sharing his video on my channel discussing, you know, some shit from the past, and he was watching my shit, and he fucking turned the video to private while I was watching it and sharing it. And dude, I could tell you stories of me exposing and discovering these are all phony, fake motherfuckers. So I went from the truther community. I went to the prison community. I went from the prison community to the Second Amendment community, and quickly realized that they were a bunch of fucking idiots. And then I went to the First Amendment community. And then I spent most of my time on the First Amendment community because I consider them to be the most harmful content out here on the internet, because they're convincing people to pick up cameras to go out and then record the cops, and then the cops are going to beat their head in. And 90% of the people that pick up a camera, you don't even know about because they're already prosecuted and their lives are ruined before they even get, one view on their fucking channel. Because the instant that you pick up the phone and you upload it, they know who you are. They know what city you're in, and now they're on the lookout for you. You're automatically put into a fusion fucking center, into a database, and you're fucked.
Yeah. These are basically all echo chamber honeypots, essentially.
Well, there's none of them. Why do you think my channel don't grow? Why do you think I'm stuck at 2,500, 2,600?
Listen, bro. Organic growth on YouTube is allegedly not even possible anymore. You have to sign up with one of these companies. Scale Labs was one of them that was named. Scale Labs was a company that was named by Rose 777, whose family's in Hollywood.
The safe house bitch. The training grounds.
Yeah, who has a lot of ties to a lot of shady, fake truthers, and I don't know,
Well,
yeah.
dude, I've been gathering all this information for a long time, and if I had the time, I would put together a fucking book or a documentary related to the book.
Okay, that's a lot of information that you have. Then, I mean, I have an idea. The idea I have is create a website that's interactive. Anyone on social media can just find this website, and we could back engineer all of the connections that anyone knows because all these people, they all appear on camera together. It's not saying they're 100% associated, but yeah, I mean, it's just one way to back engineer this network in real time for an overall view, and anyone can participate or whatever and put the information that they know into the website that's interactive,
like a Wikipedia style, where you can edit but you couldn't trust the fuckers out there that are on the dirty side. They'd be in there, fucking up the information.
You might have to charge money, and then
they would pay.
Maybe the information.
Would pay for them. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that would work. I don't think that the information is like Wikipedia. You can't trust what you read.
I think it would work small scale first. The people that all the people and all the people I know, that would be a lot of information on right there. So
dude,
it would
the first person that I was referring to earlier, his name is Outlaw Morgan. If you type in YouTube in the search bar,
never heard of him.
Outlaw Morgan, and you type in Joe Biggs, which Joe Biggs was an InfoWars reporter at one time, and you type him in, and you'll see them together doing some videos. And I got them all screen recorded. I got them all, and I tried warning Joe Biggs to not hang out with that guy. And so,
dude, InfoWars is sus as fuck, bro. It actually is Zionist funded, and there's a huge network of actors and people willing to act a certain way in order to get maybe a position in the whole fake thing. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What do you think Snafu fucking promotes InfoWars, and Snafu sucks InfoWars dick, and he shares their fucking videos?
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, yeah, it's either he doesn't know.
Owen Schroyer. I got connections to Owen Schroyer. Yeah, fuck off.
I don't know, man.
What I know, what I've learned about the internet, YouTube specifically, it's even Facebook, but it's I expose people on Facebook. I'm over here in a police accountability page, fucking arguing with people. I wouldn't say arguing, but exposing them. I had a guy who was a cop. He had to be, well, I don't think he was a cop, but he had access to information on people's criminal records. He could, if you had a screen name on Facebook that wasn't your real name, he found out my real name on Facebook, and I don't have a real name on my Facebook page. And he dug up my criminal history, and he shared it. And he shared a picture from when I was incarcerated in prison, like my intake into prison picture. So what he shared was from a government website, because I expunged I set the judgment of sentence aside and expunged the information, and it's not public. So whoever this fucking guy was, he had access to government computers with this information, and I called his ass out for it. And he deleted the entire fucking thread, bro. I found out where he lived. I found out information about him. I dug into his ass, and I was calling what I believed to be his employer, which was the Army Corps of Engineers, the Internet Technology or Information Technology Division. I called them motherfuckers, and I was like, I called the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. I called all the counties near where he worked to find out if he was a sheriff's deputy. I called and I did some digging on him. And then when I let it be, and I let him think that he, was going to do some shit and keep doing it. And then when I called his ass out, he deleted the entire fucking post because he knew that I was onto his fucking ass. This is the type of shit that I do. Most people don't know what I do.
Yeah, man. These people are getting paid. People are getting paid to do that. Hey, look, I gotta be. I'm really tired. I gotta get ready for bed here, man. But yeah, I just wanted to call in, check in, see how things are. Whatever, we could talk about this or that another time. But I gotta get to bed, bro. I'm like tired as fuck.
I gotta go to work in the morning. I got a job. I'm not like most of the internet. You're not like most of the internet. You fucking stay up all night, like crackhead Dusty on live all night. I gotta go to bed too. So. But yeah, you should get in touch with me at Bad Apple Media at Yahoo. And
dude, I'm not good at. I'll keep it in mind, but I'm not good at emailing, dude. But yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Noted.
When I get on here a little earlier in the evening, we should jump up and we should have a long conversation. And I know you sent me an invite to some stream or something that I wasn't able to join, but we could get others who know what we know, whether it's the machine lies or whoever. But I know what I know, and these motherfuckers are all no good, none of them. So anyways, go to bed.
All right, peace, brother.
All right, later. All right. So anyways, you Big E, you're the one that told me to look at the serial number on the $100 bill when I was in fucking Pittsburgh. Are you still here? Sorry, I'm just getting to reading the. Friend John, was that you? That was you, Big E? Yeah, what was that? Who was that? Somebody showed up and left? What's the matter? Are you scared? Somebody showed up and they left? Oh, don't be scared. Well, all right. Big E, you've been around a while then, huh? You've been around a while if you told me to look at the serial number. You were there live from Pittsburgh. It's Saturday night. Yeah, I get a little frustrated with what goes on the internet, but ain't none of these guys fooling me none. I see right through them, and I know that they're all phony. Funny thing, Big E, is probably, when was it? Not this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you were there. So not just a couple months ago, but March of last year, I was sharing those old videos of Red Pill News Dispensary and Squiggy, Iggy MB5679. I was sharing those videos showing people what gang stalkers were doing to me. And those two clowns popped back up. They started getting active again. And you could go to Red Pill News Dispensary right now and you could look up his content. If you can't find it, it's all right, I screen recorded it. But he tells a story that is so fucking wild. I don't know who would believe it, but he tells a wild ass story about how he was in his channel got taken down because he was saying things he shouldn't have been saying, and he ended up getting he asked somebody to bring him some Molly, and they gave him Fenty and put him in a coma for a long period of time. Then he was paralyzed, and he's just telling this crazy ass story. And if you will, it's probably still up. It's probably still up. I could probably dig it up right now, but I screen recorded it because like I said, I've been gathering dirt on these motherfuckers for a long time, and that's just one more piece of the dirt pile that when I put the story together, I'm going to need it. There it is. Here it is, his channel. See the live stream. Yeah, this is it. No, is that it? Wait, let's see if this is it. No, that ain't it. He took it down. Let me see. Let me back up. Did he take it down? That was 4 years ago, 2 years ago. Maybe this is it. No, wait a minute. He's always got audio and other. Is this it? No, that ain't it. Yeah, he took it down. But that's all right. I got it recorded. Yeah. Yeah, he said he was a Navy not linguistic. He was a cryptologist, and he wasn't. Yes, we know. Snafu Strike Team channel is gone. The only one he's got left is Snafu Crew. Yes, Kate. Yes, Kate. I know. And he keeps striking my shit. I constantly have adult only content added to my shit because that's all he can do. Whatever. Keep doing it, Snafu. When I get done with you, you're gonna be fucking sitting in a federal prison, you fucking asshole. But yeah, this Red Pill News Dispensary took the video down. Yeah, he took it down. But that's all right. I got it, Red Pill News Dispensary. I got the video, you fucking asshole. Yeah, because it was like a 28-minute video. Yeah. Yep. Anywho, he still has a microphone that looks like a dick. Yeah, pilled out. popping red pills by the handful. No, he was not a cryptologist. Pull his fucking DD fucking 214 and find out exactly what he was. Fucking stolen valor is what he is. Then he tried to set me up with a phone call. Then he took the phone call and he edited it, tried to switch things around and make it sound like I said something that I didn't say. And then I had the original video and I proved to everybody that his video was phony. And I said, here's the original phone call that he tried to manipulate. I don't know what he was on, but he was on all kinds of shit. But I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. So anywho, fuck you, Snafu. Eat a dick, Shawnna. Fucking lying cunt. Both of you are lying assholes. Oh my God, you're so rude. You called me a cunt. Too bad. Yeah, Richie met up with him and gave him a silver fucking bar. That was all set up too. Richie from fucking Boston's a fucking phony as well. He's another one that I exposed. He tried raping, what was the hell's her name? I knew her name not long ago. Somebody fucking reminded me what her name was. He tried Richie from Boston because I told Marfugel about I told Richie about Marfugel, and he started reaching out to him because he wanted to suck. You know, that's how they do it. I didn't have enough subs for him to suck any from me, and so when he went over Relevant Truth, that was her name, Relevant Truth, cute chick, and so Shawnna and Relevant Truth were trying to hook up with Richie, and Relevant Truth, I'm pretty sure that's her name, she went with Richie on the road in his Jeep Cherokee, and he tried banging her, and she wasn't having it, and he left her on the side of a road out in the middle of nowhere, just dumped her and took off. So Richie from Boston is a fucking scumbag too. They all are. I've only found one, met one real person, probably a couple, but don't take offense to it if I don't name your name, but one real person, which was dying to live. As far as content creators, not you viewers. So I'm out. Stay tuned for more videos from Snafu Fucktard Snaps. Body worn camera footage. Should let the members watch them first, because since you are members. Oh, and somebody gifted with fucking membership earlier. Did I miss that? Lynette, you gifted one Bad Apple membership. Well, thank you, Lynette. Who'd you give that to? Who got the membership? So I can, there's only like 4 of you. Share it for members only, and then after you guys watch it, I can take it off and let everybody else watch them. And anybody else wants to watch them? Oh, you gave Big Red? Who's Big Red? I mean Big E? I mean Big E? Yeah, I can put them videos on membership only and make people pay for memberships so they can see them. Okay, he's a Big Red. Okay, Big Red, yeah, okay. Oh, YouTube chooses it, really? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Well, thanks for the gifted membership. So maybe I'll do a video where I say, you guys want to watch the Snafu Snaps fucking videos, you have to pay a membership fee. Subscribers only mode. Oh, well, yeah, I can't wait till I put this shit together. Put a lawsuit together and slap it on your fucking bitch ass. So, on that, there you go.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker